Right. Well, let's begin. Thank you all for joining us. My name is Carolina Galeano. I'm from Montgomery College Television. I'm also a graduate of Montgomery College, and I am excited to welcome you to today's Business Open House. We are going to hear all about the business program at Montgomery College. What's it like to attend Montgomery College? We're going to hear from professors, from students, and alumni as well. And so I'm thrilled that you have joined us. We invite you to participate in the Q&A. If you have any questions, you can find the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen where you have your controls. And I will now just want to go over a couple of things so that you know what to expect for the next hour. We'll talk a little bit about who's here and who our panelists are. And then we'll go over what the program is all about. Also, what is it that makes MC unique and what makes it stand out to the students, to the alumni? We're going to hear also about how to earn college credit while you're in high school. There's a lot of students doing that. And at the end, we're going to cover a little bit about just some of that experience that happens outside of the classroom, as well as just career outlook. So what is business? What is a business degree for once you graduate? What do you use it for? How can you use it? What are some of the applications of it? So we're going to look at all of that, and we're going to leave plenty of time for questions at the end. So if something comes up, please be sure to put it in the Q&A. All right. Well, let's start with our professors. I want to welcome Dr. Hoa Nguyen. I'm excited that you're here. She's a published economist. She's an honor society advisor, chair of the business, economics, accounting, computer applications, hospitality management, and paralegal studies department at the college, and she's been teaching at MC for 5 years. We also have Professor James Hodge. He's a certified public accountant with an MBA and certified public fraud examiner. He has experience in public accounting, federal government auditing. He was a director at the Department of Treasury's Office of Inspector General. He's an auditor. He was an auditor for PwC. And he's also involved in the community through the National Association of Black Accountants and the VITA program, assisting underserved families complete their taxes. Glad you can join us. We also have Professor Brian Big, and we're going to hear more from you in just a little bit, but he is the advisor for the Macklin Business Institute. And I think I'm excited too, because you can talk a lot about what's it like to teach early college students. So we're going to hear more from you on that. And now our students, we have Rashivan Nair, Miguel Granados, Sally Moe, and Connor Redmond. So Rashivan, he is a Macklin Business Institute scholar. His highlights at Montgomery College is that he was involved in an environmental protection agency Make a Market Tech Challenge in one of his classes. He was also a part and led the product launch of biodegradable mugs at the MBI Cafe, getting that real world insight. So I hope you can tell us more about some of that. Miguel Granados, he's a graduate from high school in El Salvador, and he talks about his professors being passionate, engaging, using games and real life examples to explain topics. He's also enjoyed experiential learning in his economics class with Dr. Nguyen. And he's in the Student Business Association and Student Investment Club member. Sally Moe, she's a marketing major. She's been a part of this research project for the EPA, Make a Market Challenge. So that's two of you who've been a part of that. And she's also a member of MC Accounting and Finance Networking Group. She's gained insight into the demands and expectations of the business world, developing skills in Excel and making valuable connections through LinkedIn. Welcome. And back from, Connor, you are joining us now that you've graduated, but thank you so much for stepping back into this little bit of MC. You are Connor's an economics and international relations major, technology and entrepreneurship minor at University of Maryland. He was very involved with the Southern Management Leadership Project at the college, getting that real, hands-on experience, analyzing business opportunities, proposing ideas to investors. His professors inspired his interest in economics, and he also interned with a nonprofit in Virginia. He was a club officer for CARP and attended student investment group meetings. Welcome back. Also with us, we have Akima Rogers. He's the Director of Academic Initiatives, and he's going to talk to us about that early college credits while in high school, right? In addition to Akima, we have Camille Hawley, who is here to answer questions about recruitment. And really, actually, Camille, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you can do? And after Camille, we also have Rhonda McLaren Scott. So both of you, if you can just take a few seconds, tell us what you can help us with in the Q&A in particular.
So good evening, everyone. Once again, I'm the Recruitment and College Access Manager here at the college, and I can talk about the enrollment process. So any questions you may have about the nuts and bolts of enrollment, from applying, determining placement, setting up your meeting with the counselor, to actually registering and paying for classes, I'll be happy to answer those kinds of questions.
Thank you. Rhonda? We might have lost her. Well, she's here. She's appearing slowly, but it's okay. We can hear you.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I don't know if you can see me or hear me, but
can hear you.
Well, but yes, in financial aid, we're here in the Student Services building in the Rockville office. We have a financial aid office on each campus where you can get additional help when you need help with scholarships or applying for financial aid. But we're here for you when you do need us.
Excellent. Well, now I want to invite our professors to talk to us about what is the business program like at Montgomery College. Professor Wen, maybe we can start with you.
Sure, thank you, Carolina, and welcome everybody to the open house today. I know your time is very precious, and so we really appreciate that. We have the business degree in our department here, and when students graduate from us, they're gonna have an AA associate degree in business with us. But we also offer many other degrees, like we offer paralegal studies degree. We also have hospitality management degree, and we also have accounting certificates that our two accounting professors here can talk more about it if you want down the road. But our students here in general, they take 2 to 3 years to finish a business degree. And we also have a sequence of classes that we suggested our students to take so that they move through the pipeline smoothly, taking classes that help them get used to the college life first before they move into more challenging, academically challenging classes. And we always have professors, advisors, and tutors and coaches ready to help our students as well. So anytime students have questions, business in a nutshell, we have small classes, about 20 to 30 students. We also have learning activities as well.
Yeah, that sounds great. So, Hanj, can you give us your perspective on the business program?
Sure, absolutely. I think some of the points that was just mentioned was very important. A very small class size ratio from students to professors ensures that you have a close interaction with your professor to be able to speak with them. Our professors come from a wide, diverse array of backgrounds, and specifically, since I teach in accounting, you're going to find professors who are in the field of practice. That's going to include things like academia, doing some research, private practice, government service, public accounting. And what they try to do, and are very good at it, is try to make the classroom experience very relevant through what is happening in society, what is happening in the economy, so you can see the relevance to what it is that you're learning in the classroom and have that experiential experience as well. The other good thing about Montgomery College is that we provide significant resources to our students for assistance outside of the classroom. So that may include things like one-on-one tutoring, coaching, developing, mentoring if you need assistance in terms of just even navigating the college environment. So outside of the classroom and inside of the classroom, your professors are invested in your career, in your development, and in your growth in your area of study.
Excellent. Professor Bake, would you want to add anything to that, since you oversee a whole other area too with MBI and accounting certificate?
Yes, absolutely. I think that Montgomery College is wonderful for students because there's so many different resources available to students, and it's very student-centered. So for example, you can take a distance learning course, which is 100% online. You can take a hybrid course, which is part online and also part in person, or of course you can take traditional format full in-person courses. We have late start courses to accommodate students that work or have other commitments. And as Professor Hodge had mentioned, there's so many resources available to students. We have free accounting, tutoring, and the class sizes are relatively small, especially compared to College Park, where I went to, where we had sometimes class sizes of over 100. So you'll never see that at Montgomery College in the accounting department. I can attest to that as an accounting professor. So I think there's something for everyone, and it's very adaptable to what your needs are. And I can tell you that it's a pleasure working at Montgomery College and dealing with all the students that come through the program.
Thank you. And I'm so excited. I really want to hear from the students. But before we get to you all, let me just quickly go over some of the things you all mentioned. So so we have the different associate's degree, which you will see on your screens in the color purple. There's also certificates, right? So there's one slide, and then there's another one, I believe, with the hospitality management degrees as well as the certificates. So that kind of gives you a full picture of the different degrees and certificates we offer within the business program. And to mention, MC is a top degree producer by Diverse Issues in Higher Education, and named number 7 by Wallet Hub as best community college in the US. So I want to give the floor to Akima Rodgers. I've met many students, usually at graduation, who are excited because they're not just graduating with, from Montgomery College, but also from their high school. So can you talk to us about how to earn college credit while you're in high school?
Thank you, Carolina, and to the chair and the faculty in the business department. We are very excited to offer college opportunities for high school students before you even graduate high school. And so dual enrollment simply means the ability to be both a high school and a college student. We have a number of different programs within dual enrollment, and I'm very pleased to say that we offer a number of business opportunities with each of our programs. And so we have degree programs. We have an early college degree program in business at both the Rockville and the Germantown campus. We also offer the business degree through our middle college programs at Northwood High School, Northwest High School, as well as virtual middle college, in which the student may be able to earn a business degree, associate degree from MC, taking classes entirely online. And so our students will earn college credit. In many cases, they are able to earn dual credit, where the credits also can apply towards their high school diploma, whether you're taking 1 or 2 business or accounting or economics courses, or you're seeking to get a full degree. There are many options for high school students to do so. We ask students all the time, the number one reason why students participate in our program related to the business degree. And number one is the program itself. Number two is the outstanding faculty. Number three is the transferability and preparedness the students have when they move on from Montgomery College to other institutions. And so I can assure you that our programs and our faculty not only provide quality education, but prepare our students for their four-year degrees as well as their career tracks in general. So again, thank you for having me. And please reach out to dual enrollment at Montgomery College if something interests you.
Or let's take advantage that you're here. So if anybody has questions about any of that, put that, you can put your question in the Q&A button. Don't use the chat, use the Q&A button so we can address your question after we're done with this brief presentation. And also, if you want to just talk to somebody in person, if you prefer that kind of in-person interaction, we have centers at each campus called Raptor Central. So you can make sure to, just go online, montgomerycollege.edu/Raptor Central, and you can find each of those locations on our campuses. So, all right. Now I really am excited to hear from our students. So let's start with Miguel. Tell us, what did you enjoy most about your MC? What do you enjoy most about your MC experience, and how are you involved? Like, tell us about what's exciting about your classes or just outside of your classes. We want to kind of hear a little bit about that.
Thank you, Carolina. The thing that I enjoyed the most about MC is the class sizes. There are about 20 students per class, and that really allow us to get to know the professors. Since they don't have like 50 plus students in a single class, they can help you improve your strengths and work on your weaknesses. It's also really easy to reach out to them after class or during office hours. And all of the faculty members are also really good because they are experts in their field. I will say that most of my classes at MC are memorable, but there's a few that I want to mention. Of course, my economic classes, Econ 202 with Professor Hua, which was my first experiential learning class. Econ 201 with Professor David Jumber. His class was very engaging, and we even got to play some games to better understand some concepts. And the last class that I want to mention is the one that I'm currently taking, which is Accounting 221 with Professor Brian Bake. And I know that for some of you, accounting might sound really boring, but when you have professors that can explain complex concepts using real life examples, any class becomes interesting. So I say that if you choose the business program at MC, you will be getting a quality education and most importantly, at an affordable price.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Sally, tell us a little bit about your experience. You're also an early college student, correct? So tell me what that's been like, kind of managing the workload.
So first, thank you for having me. As early college students, I was able to obtain an associate degree while I'm still in high school. I would say it's very different to be in high school and to be in Montgomery College, because at Montgomery College I have more freedom to my time because the schedule are so flexible. I had fully online courses and I had in-person courses, and it's definitely a very I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's a definitely very useful experience for me as I experience all these different types of college courses, and I really enjoyed the resources that's available at MC. I went to the writing centers for multiple times every semester, and my personal favorite is Professor Karen Z. She's super friendly, and also she helped me to write about my transfer and scholarship essay, which got me into U Michigan, and it's Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, and as a member of the MC Accounting and Finance Networking Group, I was invited by my accounting 221 professor, Dr. Jeff Heller, a funny guy who teaches accounting with his real life experience and stories, to participate in groups activities. Through my involvement, I gained valuable insight into the demands and expectations of the real life, as well as the skills and credentials that are required for success in the field. While the group primarily focused on accounting and finance, I was able to develop professional skills such as Excel. They had a workshop just like 1 week ago. Yeah, and I was able to connect many professional and alum via LinkedIn. Overall, this experience helped me to better understand the competitive landscape of the industry and prepare me to pursue my career goal with a greater confidence. Sorry.
Thank you. No. I appreciate this. So we also have Rashivan, and Rashivan, you're involved in a whole another set of activities at the college, right? You're an MBI student, so maybe you can tell us about what that's like. But yeah, what's been sort of the highlights for you?
So of course, as you said, MBI is definitely going to be the highlight of my college experience at Montgomery College. So one thing that would excite a lot of you guys about MBI is MBI grants you a full scholarship at Montgomery College. That reduces a lot of your financial burdens, and you don't really have to think about maybe working outside of like your college, and you can focus on your classes. Next, most important thing about the Macklin Business Institute is our experiential learning opportunities. One example of this is our student-run MBI Cafe. At the student-run MBI Cafe, we serve Starbucks drinks, and we start off as baristas, and then we move on to oversee like management decisions. We make the management decisions at the cafes. For example, I'm just going to join the accounting team at the cafe, and I'll be doing accounting for like the whole operations of the cafe itself. And I can learn so many different things. For example, me taking accounting classes, that's just doing all the work. I'm just studying. But now I get to actually understand and do it in real life and see how my decisions affect an income statement, for example. The next thing is we actually get some travel opportunities. For example, Enactus. Enactus is a national level competition where we present our projects that we're doing through MBI. This year, we're actually going to Dallas, Texas on April 18th, and I was selected to be one of the presenters. So hopefully that goes well. And that's just a little bit of what the MBI program is. There's so much more that we can do at Montgomery College. You just have to want to do something. There's ample of opportunities at Montgomery College, especially for the business major.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And I'm excited. You have to do a whole product launch through your class. That sounds really cool. And now, Connor, so you've had the whole MC experience and then transferring out. So talk to us about that. What was that like? I mean, how did it prepare you, and what was sort of the highlight for your time at MC?
Yeah. So transferring from MC, well, I think going into MC, it was really helpful as a starting point for my college education, because like a lot of people said, is that the class sizes were fairly small, and every single professor I felt was genuinely really invested into me as an individual and wanted to see me succeed. And so then as I was getting ready to transfer to the University of Maryland, there was such a network of support that helped me get my applications together and reading through my essays and helping me know what classes I needed to take and what credits would transfer. It was, an extremely helpful process. And I think another thing that helped, a program I was part of at MC was the Southern Management Leadership Program. And so this is like a scholarship program that focuses on entrepreneurship education. And so my time in this program, I applied to it and I joined in my second year. Something that really helps is that this program gives you a big scholarship while you're at MC, but then it also transfers with you to the University of Maryland, where you're taking courses, learning how to be an entrepreneur and to help bring value into whatever industry you're in. It's open to all majors, but there's a lot of business majors in the program. So being part of that program really helped me with my transfer. And yeah, I think it's really cool that, I even see some MC professors at the University of Maryland. Like I'm currently taking a class with Professor Bake. I have an exam tomorrow. So yeah, it's really nice to kind of have this network following you around. Very helpful.
Nice. Well, I hope you studied for that exam.
Yeah.
Being a part of the webinar is nice. Awesome. And I do actually, I want to, since some of you have mentioned all these different experiences you've had, either a part of a class or outside of the class. So I want to revisit a couple of slides on just the entrepreneurship opportunities at Montgomery College. So John, yeah, so we talked about the Macklin Business Institute, right? And that's something that you can apply as somebody, coming in at high school, but also when you're a student at MC, right? So there's also transfer scholarship opportunities associated with that. Connor, you mentioned the Southern Management Business Leadership. Did I get it right? SMLP. So those opportunities of just mentorship and hearing from different just business leaders in the community. That's, I know, one of the highlights for you all. But in addition to these two, there's the Raptor Tank Business Pitch Competition, which is exciting. I think, Rashivan, you've been maybe involved with that. You talked about the MBI Cafe, Enactus competition. There's the Rolling Raptor food truck, right? That's kind of a whole experiential learning opportunity for hospitality management students. So that's kind of like a food truck, but it's really a classroom, right? There's also Raptor Fuel, which I think Dr. Glenn, maybe you could tell us a little bit more about that. And other just, internship classes for hospitality management and paralegal study students. There's really just a host of opportunities. And so as you think, panelists, as you think about these things, feel free to share more as you get the chance. Before though, we go into some of that and just answering some of the questions you all have had in the Q&A, let's kind of look at what happens after MC or even after your 4-year degree, right? So let's talk about the outlook of these business careers. You can see that business management and majors for business have just like a high growth expectation. So the projection for job openings is pretty high. There's also just kind of just to give you a sense of the jobs available and the annual median pay for business related jobs, right? Accountants and auditors, budget analysts, financial analysts, market research analysts. So all of these jobs and sort of their annual median pay according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But professors, what would you say? Oh, and one last thing, yeah, our students, right? Top transfer choices are Maryland, University of Maryland Global Campus, Towson, UMBC, as well as a number of others, but these are kind of the top choices. So professors, what would you say are those opportunities after college? Talk to us a little bit about what life is like once you leave MC. So Dr. Wen?
Yeah, thank you, Carolina. I would like to say that after students leave MC, a lot of our students, they transfer to other colleges. So every year we have about 800 to 900 students moving to those 4-year college that Carolina just listed on the screen. I don't know if we can go back to that screen or not, but that's the top transfer destination for us. And we also have a lot of students who are working and taking classes at the same time. And so the experience, the knowledge that they learn from our classes and the network that they have here help them at their current jobs. And so those are the two directions that I see our students have transfer and advance in their career. And I think we have questions in the chat box about switching major or switching career as well. And I already replied to that, but feel free if you have more questions, put it in the chat box and we're gonna answer it at the end, like Carolina just said. So that's what I have for now. And I know that other professors would have more to add in as well.
So yeah, Professor Hodge or Professor Baig, if you have anything to add about just, post college life, what are some of these opportunities like? Is it and how does like your experience in college, how does it connect with what you get to do afterwards?
I would say that first of all, because the classes at Montgomery College are relatively small, people build a community of friends at Montgomery College. So there's always an opportunity to be more involved at the college and find some of what your likes are, maybe outside of class, and then participate even further in things that are interesting to you. For example, I'm the faculty advisor for the Macklin Business Institute. So one of the things we do is have the Raptor Tank business plan competition, which is modeled off of Shark Tank. So students can compete and win money to help fund their business idea. And it's not only about the competition, about learning and the money, but it's also about just building connections and a network of people. And I can tell you that students come back many years later and then they come in groups and they say, oh, we're still friends, and we go out to restaurants together and we met at Montgomery College. So I think that's one of the positive things I see about having the community at Montgomery College and how tight-knit that is.
Thank you. I can attest to that. My lifelong friends began at MC, so agreed. Now, any other thoughts on that before we move on?
Yes, Carolina, if I can just have a second, I just want to add on top of that is that our professors, we often try our best to help students find internship. And also we try to introduce them to other experts in the industries that we are in. For example, I'm in economics, and Professor Hodge and Professor Brian Beck, they are in accounting. We try, for example, in accounting, we have the networking club. We have students meeting up monthly, and we would invite people in the industry come in and talk with students. We introduce our students to people in the industry, create a network for them so that they can expand their knowledge and expand their network, which can help in the future after they transfer and when they start looking for jobs. So we prepare them as much as we can using our own network inside and outside of the college. And we also support them with our recommendation letters. And we also have, let's say, CV writing workshops to help them write CVs. And we also have mock interview events for them to help them prepare for, let's say, transfer applications, scholarship applications, and job interviews. So those are a few things that we offer as well, so that our students are well-rounded when they leave MC.
Excellent. I want to focus a little bit now on just what financial aid looks like at Montgomery College. And we don't have a ton of time to spend on this, but I do want to point out that there's a great 3-minute video that you all should watch. Let's go back to the video slide, which is the video is called How to Pay for College. And so there's a QR code that you can scan. And I will refer you to that because I think it gives you a really good kind of overview of the options that you have as far as financial aid goes. But one important thing you should definitely do, no matter what you think about your possibilities of getting a scholarship or not, you should always apply to the foundation scholarships. So it's a single application and it gives you access to plenty of scholarship opportunities. The deadline is June 30th. So if you want to apply for that, scan that, and I would recommend that you do it sooner than later. So be sure to do that. And if you have any other questions about financial aid, we have Rhonda here who's with us. So type your questions in the chat. We'd be happy to answer them. Now, I do want to before we wrap up, I want just kind of to give everybody, and not everybody has to answer, but anybody can just kind of weigh in on just their last final, anything that you want to leave us with. What do you want people to remember, whether it's, about your MC experience or something that really stood out to you in your career? Why was the decision to come to Montgomery College worth it for you, students, and Connor? Definitely want to hear from you all, students. So Miguel, we can start with you.
Yeah, so when I chose MC to get my degree, I like the main thing that I was looking for was affordability. So I definitely got that because I being able to pay for my classes. I used to have a part-time job, and I was doing really good in my classes. Now I don't have a job anymore, but I've been focusing on being involved in the community. So I'm now part of 2 clubs, student clubs, and there are like a good opportunity to network and to learn more about some topics that maybe you were interested in the class, that were presented in the class, but for some reason you just didn't want to ask in class. The clubs are led by students, so you feel more comfortable learning about all of the different topics.
Great. Who wants to go next? I'll nominate.
I could go next.
Go ahead.
Okay, so as Miguel just said, the community projects that we do at Montgomery College really helps me. So as a student in MBI, we have a lot of opportunities to serve the community. For example, the mug project that I was doing, it actually saves the environment while saving students money. As we're still a community college, when someone purchases our mug and reuses it at the cafe, we give them a 15% discount. So they're literally saving so much of money while also saving their environment because we reduce our paper and plastic cup waste. Another thing would be the community at Montgomery College is really good. Everyone pushes each other to achieve more. When I came into Montgomery College, I barely knew about the Macklin Business Institute, as I came from Malaysia and I did not know much about Montgomery College. But once I came in, I realized that there's so many different opportunities at Montgomery College. It's just that not many things was stuff that was available. You have to go out there and actually find out. You have to ask people. That's how you get things done. You just ask people, you'll always get an answer. And we have brilliant professors here to help you in every steps of the way, even all the way up to writing recommendation letters. A lot of my professors, they're so kind to me and they write brilliant recommendation letters for anything I want to apply for. And I just want to say like thank you to all like my professors who actually take time to do that. That's about it for me.
Awesome. All right. And you can, students, we're getting some questions, so I want to actually focus our attention on that. But if you have something to say, feel free to interject as you get a chance. So we still have some time. So we have somebody who's a graduate student, but the question is, can I start as a new student in the summer session? Camille or Dr.
I can start with that one. So the summer schedule is available online now. And yes, you may. You can start in the summer. I would encourage you to go and see. You said you're a graduate student, so I'm not sure if you're graduating from a 2-year college or a 4-year college and what classes you're looking for exactly. But I would encourage you to take a look at the schedule and just see what the prerequisites are, submit your admissions application if prerequisites are required for the classes that you're taking, talk with an advisor so that you would be able to register.
Great. A question from Carla. What kind of marketing experience does MC offer students in the business program? Rashivan, is that you?
Yep, I could take this. So I'll I'll answer this question in the perspective of an MBI student. As I said earlier, we have the MBI Cafe where we make management decisions. One team we have running the MBI Cafe is the marketing team, where we actually make marketing decisions. We basically create advertisements, create posters, and we make these decisions. It's not like we get advice from professors, but we make the decisions. That's why it's purely student run, and you learn so much by doing it.
Great. And yeah, Dr. Ben, go ahead.
Yeah, I have two things I want to say. First thing, I want to go back to what Camille was saying before about the summer class. I want to go back to that question real quick. If you feel like you don't know where to start, you don't know what classes you want to take, or whether you satisfy the prereq for that class or not, feel free, reach out to the chair. I'm one of the chairs. So just reach out to us, and even if I cannot tell you specifically exactly on the dot which one you need to take or whether you qualify or not, I always would be able to guide you into the direction to somebody who can answer your questions specifically. So please don't be shy. If you don't know where to start, the chair is where you start. And the second thing, I want to go back to what Rashivan was talking about, the marketing experience. Besides the amazing experience that our students have with the MBI Cafe, all students run. We also have the hospitality management program where our students, for example, in a class, in their food truck class, they have to design the menu that they want to serve to the customers, and they have to think of how to market the menus that they design, and they cook to their customers, and they're making money on that. So those are the real hands-on experience. Besides the MBI Cafe, they also have the hospitality management experience where you have that chance to practice the marketing skills as well. And not to mention the competitions that our students participate. In those competitions, you also have chances to practice your marketing skills. So those are the things that I want to add.
Great. We have a question from Gabriela. Do you have to take accounting classes to get an associate degree in business marketing?
Yes, you do. We do. The degree that we offer is an associate degree in business, not business marketing. We just call it AA in business. And you do have to take 2 accounting classes before you graduate with an AA in business. And it's mandatory. It's not optional. And you would have to go to accounting 1 first before you can go into accounting 2, unless you get some special exemption from accounting professors, but those are very rare situations.
Okay. Excellent. Well, attendees, I see we have no more questions, so I hope that we were very informative in answering any inquiries you have. But again, I do want to encourage you to reach out. We have our contact here for Dr. Gwen. So if you are interested in just asking anything that you thought of later, we welcome that. And yeah, we're just excited to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. And I want to thank all the panelists who are here. And if there's, again, if we can be helpful in any way, please reach out. Somebody is pointing out one more thing. There was a question that might not have been answered. Dr. Hodge, do you want to just go ahead and take that one?
So I'll ask the question. So there's a couple that was marked as answered for some reason. One says, I'm a mid-career professional looking to change lanes. I currently work in media and possibly own my own hospitality business, but I'm not sure really whether the AA or the hospitality management program are the right ways to go. Can you tell me, as someone who hopes to focus more as a business owner, attracting investors and structuring the business, which might be a better fit? Or is there some hybrid or design your own option open here?
Great, thank you.
I actually answered that question privately already. I gave Ariel my contact information and my cell phone number. so we can talk later because it's a very complex question. And what I can say here is that when you're not sure where to start, feel free to reach out to us, and we're gonna connect you with the professor in the industries we think that you might be interested in, and they would have more insights about whether you should come to us or maybe somewhere else is a better fit, because we would love you to come to MC, but we don't want to hold you just for the sake of benefiting for us. We actually have some students reaching out to us, and they want to take some accounting classes here with us to get an accounting certificate. And when we look at their background, we'd be like, well, you should go for a master's degree. And because based on your background, your history, academic history, and your experience, a master's degree might fit better for your interest than our accounting certificate. So while we love to have you, we will always be honest with you. That's one thing, at least I myself can guarantee with you, because we care about your benefit. We care about your total well-being rather than just having more students with us. We want you to succeed, and that's the goal that we are working for.
Excellent. We have a link that somebody wanted to share, and it's the Macklin Business Institute. So what I'm going to do is refer everybody, if you have any, like, consider the website, the Montgomery College website, as kind of like its internal Google search. So if you have something that you've heard here that you want to learn more about, you can type that in the search box at the top right corner of the Montgomery College website. And for instance, it could be Macklin Business Institute. You're interested in applying to that. You want to find out what the program is like when you apply as a high schooler or as a, MC student. So go to Macklin Business Institute within the MC website, search for that, and you're going to learn more about that, as there are deadlines associated with applying to that program. So thank you, Rashiban, for sending me that link. Anything else before we wrap up? Going once, going twice.
There's another question.
Great. There was more. Yes.
Yeah.
Camille, go ahead.
I was just going to say that the fall schedule is going to be available for view on Monday.
Great.
Carolina, there's another question in the chat box as well, and I can answer that.
Go ahead.
So the question is, I'm not sure where that is.
From Christine.
Yes. If you see that, could you please?
Yes, I responded to her. So yeah.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, but the answer is yes.
Yes, definitely. All right, excellent. Well, thank you. I want to just thank everybody for joining us. Thank you, panelists, students, for taking some time away from your studying. And just we're excited that you guys could be here. Again, any questions, don't forget to reach out to us. And you can also follow MCTV on our social channels. So you can go to MCTV Social on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and TikTok, and you can find Montgomery College there. Great having you all. It was a pleasure. Have a good evening.